Hello everyone, welcome back in to the third and final map. It is of course Vertigo. Sangal up against Let Us Cook. Sangal with kind of a masterclass on Inferno, showing us why they did indeed pick it. Now we come on to a map that they're pretty good on. They maybe don't have as many maps played as Inferno, but generally speaking, that success comes in more often than not on this map. And less so for Let Us Cook. It's not a comfortable one for them. Their map pool is lacking across the board. Especially with the addition of Anubis. And, well, Kyubi showing us why, once again, they're perhaps comfortable on a map where they can take a bit more confidence. Soulfly, Fuzi, Kyubi, everybody chiming in here. And now just Shocks. Not the best way for Let Us Cook to start.
No, that's for sure. And Kyubi picking up where he left off on Inferno. He was absolutely phenomenal on the second map of this series. Big names on the opposite side. Not really there to be seen. Shocks and Sound had good maps, but Snacks was nowhere. Twist wasn't close to the level he displayed on CD Side Dimension. He was an absolute monster over there. So, yeah, tricky stuff for Let Us Cook. And getting onto Vertigo here. It's just the pistol round. A heck of a long way to go, but that was a dominant affair and could weigh on them a little bit.
Never nice, I think. Never nice when you're a team that's already a little bit, you know, down and out. It can be difficult, I think, to ultimately come into a game and just immediately lose the pistol, especially when you get slapped in the way that they just did. So we'll see. But yeah, not the nicest of starts. They're going to go for a force up here, and it's not too bad in terms of the buy, actually. A FAMAS out from Shocks because he's able to stay alive and keep the armor. So you never know. Stranger things have indeed happened in this series, but Sangal picking up where they left off with that one.
Five ramp here for Sangal. Safety in numbers is the call here. Just waiting out these smokes, and then they'll start scaling. Flashbang ready from Bogdan. And Snacks is going to peek. There he goes. Play it on the bottom. Tag onto Kyubi. Nothing else comes to fruition. So like peaks and Snacks hits the deck. This is such a hard hold now. Nade goes onto Bogdan. He's low. Sound is trapped between this Molotov. Soon to be enveloped from the ramp side. Flashbang is good, but player gets out of dodge for it's an issue. Scrunk is blind. But at no point could Sound get a good fight. And I honestly think these guys should just save right now because this retake is not on.
Yep, not going to happen. Bomb plant coming in. They will start to move away, although Bogdan's a bit stuck, I suppose. Especially now the smokes go down. He's hoping that he doesn't really get checked from this position, but indeed dealt with cleanly. Very cleanly indeed. Twist still around? I don't know. They're looking for fights here. They're definitely looking for fights. Corey, going to track him down. It could be a Mac 10 kill that you don't really want to give away. Almost two, in fact. Shocks has that FAMAS, but that's it. That's it. So Sangal, they'll get themselves... Oh, not even. He doesn't get out of there. Suppose he doesn't even go down to the bomb. Survives on 1 HP. So Sangal with a pretty nice second round, cleaning up house, making sure that they show him who's boss.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Heavy eco now. Heavy eco. See if they choose to stack somewhere up. We did see some cheeky deeks on that second map. That was more so from Sangal, though. And Shock, look at his spawn. Trying to get it early, and wow. Utility just completely wrecks him. Scrunk goes to town without a Mac 10. And I dare say, he's going to find a few more players.
Flash round, Scrunk leading the charge with the Mac 10. And he will indeed find those few more players.
Ace. No, no.
No, wrong way.
No, yes, no.
Oh, he's seen him. Come on.
No.
You've got to be kidding. Snacks even finds two just to add insult to injury. Definitely no ace, says Snacks.
It's not an underrated result, getting 2 kills.
Yeah, yeah, what is going on?
They had no business killing anyone. Wow. I can't believe we've been denied the ace. I feel teased. I feel let down.
Eco aces are usually everywhere. So, it is very sad. It is very sad.
There's more fish in the sea.
There is. We'll get there. We'll definitely get there. Alright. Full buy coming out. This is where we expect a bit more normalcy, and we expect a fight back from Let Us Cook. Oh my goodness, the timing on the boost is just off by, like, I don't know, a second, if that, maybe half a second. They'll work their way back down, but that is very lucky if you are Let Us Cook. Soulfly opening up over on the A side of things. Ultimately just being a distraction. The bomb has yet to really commit into anywhere. Soulfly finds a keen opener, and that's exactly what Sangal were looking for.
It just feels... I mean, we're very early on, but it just feels so reserved. Let Us Cook. So reserved. They're giving up so much space here. Fozie's in sandbags. If they just group A and play together, I just can't see how Let Us Cook ever get good fights. Sliver of utility. There's no kit unless there's one on Bogdan's body. Which, given where he died, is not going to be easy to recover even if there was. There are 2 here, but they need a lot of luck with spray smokes, I think, to make this work.
Yeah, well, let's see if Luck's on their side. It wasn't on their side on the previous map. Snack's going to manage to take down one. There's a big gap there. Ollie coming in, that will kind of force him away, at least for a short period. It doesn't really reach all that far back. They're even going to deny the bomb plant here. Yep, no time. Oh, and no manpower. Nice find coming in from Snacks. They were banking on this flank, but they needed to get the bomb down for it to be activated. Wow, despite the early opener then, Sangal, you know, and how reserved it was, it actually works out ultimately because the AWP was unaccounted for.
Well, I think it was a miscall. I think they called one person did this is from the T's perspective, of left side smoked behind default, nearer the elevators area, and then someone smoked into the elevators kind of doorway, and I think it was a miscall. I think they called the wrong smoke or something went wrong, and they paid a heavy price for that. It would have been almost a sure thing round had they done either take they were kind of going for correctly. This one, though, starts well. Fozie, top spawn, B peak, shocks hits the deck. And Let Us Cook have something to think about.
Sangal again, though, playing very, very methodical. Even with the man advantage, not looking to burst forwards. I think they really want to get their hooks into this CT side before they start playing aggressively. Let Us Cook, meanwhile, they play with a lot more speed, a lot more pace. So we're going to get 2 very different T halves again. Ollie comes around. Snacks is here. Looking good so far. Oh, flashed off, though, of course. They're so solid right now. Great find, and Snacks goes for the repeat. 5 on 3. The crunch coming in. Is it even really going to be needed? They will eliminate all parties of the defense. Absolutely magical stuff. Again, Sangal, you know, you do have to look at this. The timings that they find are just so impeccable.
The more I see of this series, the more this kind of rings of. Sangal just need to do like a workshop for 3 days on Ancient, don't they? They need to rethink how they're going to play with these spawns. They need to rethink their mid control. They need to watch the game like we saw earlier back and just rebuild it, because this is what I expected coming into this series. Sangal looking clinical with all the options, playing well off each other. They're really, really fluid, these guys. Despite the inexperience of some of their players, they really do make them well and get a lot out of their skill. What's happening? What's going on?
Oh, God. What is happening?
What?
This is a comedy routine. What is going on? Oh, my God. That is the Three Stooges if I've ever seen it. You go up. No, you go up. No, I insist. After you. Oh my god. Jesus. Anyway, we've got ourselves a little break, I suppose, to think about that one. It is a tech pause in essence, so hopefully we won't be waiting too long before we get back into the action, but it's a little difficult to say.
Hopefully not. It's been a really exciting game so far. Last seconds of the last one included in the last round. That was all too exciting. But yeah, Sangal for me is still in good shape here. I don't think they need to panic. They've reset the money. They might have lost an awkward round, but it's not too scary. But sounds like we're hearing technical pause, maybe lasting a little bit too long for us to stay on stream. So we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're back underway with map number 3 here between Let Us Cook and Sangal.
Hello everyone, welcome back in. Small technical break there, but we are indeed back to the action. Thank you very much for your continued patience with this one. Hopefully, touch wood, we say in the UK, that's going to be the only one. Do whatever you do for good luck. Especially if you are Let Us Cook here, because we come back into a round where we expect them to find very little.
All lights and snacks. Gotta find an opening. He's over towards ramp. Re-peeking now by the crane. Indeed he does. Corey hits the deck. AWP also shown. So it might scare Sangal off, but without a lurker or anyone else here on the map, they really are scared to go for another option here. So Max is still in the right place.
He had a nice round to get them there first. Hoping to hit that once again. Double nade towards headshot, but doesn't land, doesn't meet the mark. Molotovs to come through. Again, Sangal really playing things methodical. Deep mollies to get snacks away. They're going to go for the open plant as well. Soulfly has to be careful with his escape, but it looks like he's all good at this point. Grunk goes lurking on through the smoke. Finds himself a cheeky frag. Snack still chiming in, though. This is dangerous with the open play. Looking good for the saved weapons, you know. Soulfly, the only one that remains. Let Us Cook. Looking to steal away a crazy round. On high comes Twist to secure it. They need to work their way to that bomb. It was a little awkward for a second, but there's plenty of time to go, and they have stolen number 2 away from Sangal there.
Yes, indeed. Said the same on Inferno right at the start. Needed a round like this just to get their teeth into the game after what has been some troublesome gun rounds. And that's got big consequences. Skrunk doesn't have a lot of cash. I think they have to buy here, given their loss bonus. And indeed they will. Let Us Cook, off the back of big kills from Snacks, do capitalize. And let's see how this unfolds in this gun round. There are 5 smokes out for Sangal, but lacking a tad in the flashes, no Molotovs. Getting the map control could be a little bit tricky here. They don't have all the options as they start to pressure ramp.
Ooh, big damage onto Soulfly. A meeting of the minds there. Sound will take him down. Sangal playing way slow once again. They're going to look to try and retake control elsewhere on the map. Not looking too good at all because they lose that first player, and it's a bit easier to plug the holes, as it were, on Vertigo. So what's the game plan from here? Looks like B. Looks like B indeed. Many boost-ups occurred in here. You would imagine a quick burst, but Shox is ready for the one on the right-hand side. No contact flash to get him off. And this is not looking good once again. Molotov's nades come down. There's plenty of utility for Let Us Cook. Really looks solid here.
Time to question if Sangal should even consider saving. It is so difficult. Praying Shox or Twist here oversteps the mark and gets too overzealous looking for fights. That's the only way in. And Twist does hit the deck. Have to find Shox very quickly here, and the rotates are already coming in, so... Well, it's gone from impossible to right on the edge of even conceptualizing they could go for this round. In the side they go, and Shox, headshot machine, peeks out. His aim is being almost robotic today. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's been looking really good. Continues to impress. Been around for a while, to be fair, in the tier 2 scene. I remember the No Chance days. I think he was on that team, or Smash that came after it, run by like 2 DJs. If you maybe remember those days, Alan.
I've heard it all from Tommy and Devilwalk. In terms of that org, it was as they turned out, had no chance of sustainability.
Well, that happens sometimes. I believe they call it a growth industry. Sometimes people get it wrong. Either way, he survived all that, and he looks pretty hot. He looks pretty hot, for sure. Looking very good across the course of this series, to say the least, and keeping Let Us Cook in it a number of times, including last round.
They are going to fall by. Big risk. And it's not like Let Us Cook are that close to a reset here, so I'm questioning this one. They've got to show me why they bought into this. Because they didn't need to. They most certainly didn't need to, so yeah. What's the plan, lads? I hate these buys if they come in without an idea. It's that you've got to, if you're going to buy this, you've got to, you know, present a reason. You've got to make it worth it. So have a call in mind.
Well, we'll see. Round gets underway. There was also a timeout taken in the midst of all that, so you would assume that they've had ample amounts of opportunity to talk things over. We've got early nadage on towards the A ramp area. But that's not where they're going. And I think Scrunk has been dropped all this utility, and now they're actually making their way towards mid in what we call the snake formation. Very tightly packed to get the trades in here. Are we looking for a boost up? Snacks is in at mid. He's ready for this attack, and he is not yet. Oh, being pulled away. He's thinking about it. Someone said could be a fake. It's 2 people selling the fake, but Snacks still stands over here and looking good with the orbital turret set up and ready to go. He's only able to find 2. The third eludes him, and that will be QB actually retrieving an AWP here. But where do you go from here? Looking to split A, I guess. They've lost a lot of members. Scrunk, meanwhile, going to go contacting in. Does find 1, but traded. Thank goodness for Snack, the 2K on the AWP. All the difference, and QB's not fast enough with it. It will be Fuzi, the only one left then. And that's got to be the 4th for Let Us Cook. The force by disappointing.
Okay. Yeah. It was an okay idea, I guess. A lot of A pressure. Hope for an over-rotation, but Snacks didn't bite. Snacks did not bite. Didn't move. And punishes. And now we're going to see another eco, so of course confirm their fate, really, when they forced into the previous. Let Us Cook have really turned around the CD side. It started off so rough for them. They really got their teeth into it. Starting to live with a decent number of players per round, so money is blossoming in their camp. And suddenly Sangal, his eco shouldn't be all too much considered for them, but yeah, suddenly for Sangal, they've got some work to do here on the B side. If they want to win
Yes,
out
they
the
most certainly do. They most certainly do. And it's kind of strange. They started so fast. You know, at least in terms of the rounds themselves were played slow, but the strength of them allowed them to string them together really quickly. And now we have, yeah, quite a dangerous prospect here as Let Us Cook really looking solid. So, back in with a buy on the Sangal side. As said, they did take a timeout. You'd imagine a lot of talk goes into this round.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Shocks to open up. Gets aggressive off the back of a God spawn. And he will find the opener. Let Us Cook are certainly doing something better in the kitchen this time around. This is getting scary, and it's getting frustrating flying through the smoke goes Soulfly. He's had such a great series, but he looks a bit quieter here, and he will be shut down handily. Leg spotted and finished off. Snacks on the AWP, once again having a field day. And you know what? I've seen this before from Snacks on Vertigo. He really likes this map and the way it functions as an individual player, and well, it's coming to a head here. Continues to look for frag opportunities. That one eludes him. Should be all good here for We'll see. A couple of 1 fights coming in. Sound peeks out, I believe, from the sandbag over there. He is indeed, and he will unfortunately thwart those hopes.
I'm surprised Twist and Shocks are being so quiet when they know they have bomb. I feel like you just join Sound, play it together. Hearing Rosie, and it actually went a lot closer than I think it should have. But nonetheless, it's still a round win for Let Us Cook. Snacks has just been brilliant in the last few. And Sangal are losing a lot of opening picks here. I think every time they've lost a gun round now, they've lost the opening pick with no chance of a reply. Yeah, this time, of course, it was Shock's top spawn on mid. He throws a fake molly and then peeks behind it. Bit unexpected. Cleaves the head off his opponent. And then, yeah, the other player trying to get up yellow. Beat Sound. Sangal are forced?
They have indeed.
I don't like this at all.
Yeah,
this really desperation.
It feels like in a few of these rounds, they are starting to get a little bit desperate and annoyed that the rounds aren't coming off. Sound chimes in for the first. Snacks gets taken down. 4v4, hard to tell who's come out on top of it, really. But ultimately looking good here for that Let Us Cook side. Oh, to continue the trend. Jump up coming in. Timing is terrible. Sound, again, though, traded out, but still kind of a surprise that he's able to even get 1. 3 versus 2. Hatching off Bogdan's pretty big, to be honest. Shocks, meanwhile, is miles away from the action. And now, left alone. God, I hope in hell somehow Sangal, with the desperation of maybe managed to pull it off. Molotov onto the first, but it's the AWP. And that's not what he wanted to be on the receiving end of. It will be an even up here from Sangal.
Yeah, clutching at straws, but managed to get their hands around one. And it works. I do wonder if at the start Let Us Cook got a bit blindsided by the buy. But as it played out, even in the 4-on-4, I don't know why Sound was pushing on that HP. Feels like play together. But they can never really get on the same page, and that really was the undoing in the end. And Sango handed a little bit of a lifeline. I don't believe the buy call was correct there, but they do make it work. And it puts them in a good position now. Much better. Looking much rosier. Grouping towards B. We've seen a lot of these rounds where they like to group up early. Counter smoke comes in. For the moment, it's only Twist here. Snacks is nearby, but apart from that, the rotators are a long way off.
Well, very quickly moving forward in towards Twist. He's going to find himself a keen double. Not looking good. Snacks also chiming in, holding the line, and Let Us Cook their CT side. It is looking impenetrable in a few of these rounds. Very, very solid stuff. Flank coming in as well from Shocks here. Ready to strike. They're trying their absolute damnedest to break into the side, but it's just not going to happen for them. And this flank is coming in just a matter of time. Catching one. Reloading. Corey does well for the shot there. Fozy, they're actually giving him sort of full respect here. He will go down in the end. 7 rounds coming through. And things continue to be questionable from both sides. A very, very close affair here on Vertigo.
Starting to spiral, though, isn't it, for Sangal? Nothing's working. Their macro looks really, really bad here in these later stages. They're trying to make it simple, but they're leaving themselves no options. They're completely committed to one side of the map, and we kind of went for a smoke there. Twist, I mean, that round had shades of Ancient. He was so money on that lockdown. 2 fast kills, can't get traded. Sangal need to change how they're calling it. A lot about this. Inferno was brilliant. They made so many good moves, little plays. Rarely went into a stack, but here, it's slow, it's telegraphed. It's cautious. And that's a death sentence in modern Counter-Strike.
Nice pickup coming in from Snacks in the early rounds. Once again, chiming in beautifully. He's been so solid on that AWP. We have a rare showing of the AUG here, just to sort of see above the smoke there on A ramp. But ultimately, again, Let Us Cook driving the way this game is going.
I respect the AUG. Feels like the place to be playing it. Oh my lord. Sound is dancing with the devil here. This is going to be an absolute angel. These players swing up. Remolly goes down, but they're wide. They're wide. They find the first kill. Sound takes the jewels. And it's not going to pay off. There's a pick as well in mid. Snacks trying to reposition. And actually they're going back towards B. Shox is in. Oh my lord, the timing. So much is on this. Shox can't find the kill. And hard in mouth for a lot of Sangal's fans there at the moment, I suspect.
Yeah, and we wanted him to sit on the stairs, didn't we, really?
Yeah.
We wanted him to stop at some point, but unfortunately just kept on going, the timing working against him. Sangal doing well then. They recover the round back. They find themselves, again, just within one, staying neck and neck here. Is that what we want? Vertigo, you know, it swings, flows back and forth. I think Sangal should have got a little bit more out of this T side. We had a run of 2 or 3 rounds there where we both said, this looks desperate. This looks, you know, way too aggressive compared to what we usually see out of them. And it was those rounds, I think, that have made the difference so far and could continue to make the difference. Let Us Cook, though, they ain't got no cash in the bank. Could have done with one more surviving. I'm not sure with the AWP here. They might just try and go for it. I think Snacks even has money to drop 2. So, yeah, they might just try and give it a go.
Just lacking the ingredients to pull off the A-star recipe at the moment. For Snacks, he is bountiful. He's laden with all the ingredients to make this pie work. There they go. Hand it over. Snacks the larder. That's what we'll call him from now on.
Very good. The pantry. I don't know. They're there. There are ample amounts of opportunities to make funny jokes.
I suspect the name Let Us Cook came from Snacks, the more I think about it.
That's true, actually. Either way, Sound going to go swinging in, finds himself a double. How have they let him get away with that? The bomb going to be dropped right at the feet of the CTs as well to boot. MP9 in towards middle is not strong enough. But the 4 versus 3 does a wonderful job. Very, very solid indeed. Kyubi, Boozy in comes the Molotov. Nice find from Snacks. He's going to sacrifice himself down, but there is a boost here that should be able to win the round out here. And no, not quite though. Sound goes a little bit early. They've managed to find Corey flanking around, I believe, from that B side of things, so they should be all good here. It's just down to QB. He does have the bomb on his belt, but there's a lot of work to do to get through these players.
How do you even get the fights here? Does stick the bomb. So he's trying to get his nade off. There it is. Not a heavily damaging one. Smoke on the left side of the bomb side is going to make it a little bit awkward, but they could actually wait to smoke out. They're not going to. Higher, lower peaks. Beautifully played together. And I'm not sure how to feel about this scoreline. I'm not sure this is great for Sangal, given how good they looked at half at this time. Let Us Cook have ruled really well to get up to 8 already. And I think Sangal are licking their wounds a little bit.
Yeah, it's been hard work. It's been hard work, I think, for Let Us Cook. But ever since that kind of timeout came along, Sangal have not been in the best spot. Maybe it was them that had the technical and they felt that it came, at the worst possible time. I think did they lose a really easy round, I think? shortly thereafter. So they'll be kicking themselves that it comes all the way down to this, really. But all the same, keeping it close, and the opportunity is there to keep rolling these rounds together, Alan.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Rolled up like a Swiss roll, you might say. Or even a spring roll.
Ooh. Do love a good spring roll.
Have you ever tried a homemade one?
I have not. It's usually, you know, from the Chinese.
When I'm in Cyprus, our neighbour's wife is from the Philippines. She makes some pretty mean spring rolls.
Chris gonna melt. He's rolling in his grave, I guess you could say, to make it a bit more macabre, but there you are. All the same, it's another good start for Let Us Cook.
No.
They continue to come. Oh my goodness, they do continue just all the way. No one putting a foot wrong. Scrunk all alone.
He's asking his teammates, where are you? What's happened? I was about to call the round and everyone's dead.
Yeah, I don't know. It does happen from time to time. You know, you blink and you miss it. Scrunky boy. Any more for any more? They know vaguely where he's at and potentially where he could be moving to. Sort of just playing for the stats at the moment. Nothing really coming off the back of this. He's really making us wait for...
Yeah, I know. Just put it out, put us out of our misery.
Yeah. Here we go. Could get traded. He does indeed. 9-6 coming through, and it will be a very, very good look for Let Us Cook. We've got a quick break here at the halftime, folks, but when we get back, this series concludes. See you in a few. Welcome back then, folks. 9-6 at the turn of the half. Let Us Cook actually impressing us, I think, with their finishing moves on the CT side. A lot of work there for Sangal. We figured, you know, this was the punish pick. This was the one that ultimately was unlosable. And so far, their T-side leaves us wanting their energy, their maybe mental game, you could say, looks very, very off. There's a good chance here for Let Us Cook.
Flash is over. Kyubi is in for a world of pain. He's all alone. First found. Teammates trying to help. And actually, wrapping in towards the elevators area. This is very awkward. Fozy, big fight. And now look at them. This is a really difficult plant. There's no safe plant right now. They need to find another kill.
Yeah, they've got to group up towards, you know, one of these areas. That's exactly what they're going to go for. Towards that CT area. They can't quite track down Kyubi. Big find onto one. Can he get another here? 3burst is out. And 3burst will finish. It's now Bogdan up against Fozy. How does this pan out? Only 2 bullets left in the magazine right here for Bogdan. He knows his angles. Can't find the head, though. However, he will just get away and find himself a little bit of space. Plank going to come through. That is one thing. A lot of time for Fozy to work with. He's got a kit picked up off of a fallen comrade, so certainly not out of the question. The Glock back in for Bogdan. He's taking tags, so he's left very, very low, but he gets the head round the corner on the right eye. You can see what it means to him as he is elated with electricity. Up to 10 rounds for Let Us Cook.
He's cooking. He's cooking. Wow. I thought Kyubi had done enough there. Done enough. Fozy kit with armor. Hits Bogdan with the first bullet. And I thought it was over, but not to be. Bogdan repeats, assassinates with the headshot. And now we've got a heck of a game in our hands. Sangal are sweating. Pause comes in as both teams stew over where this is headed. Sangal are in a lot of trouble. It's a big round to follow. This is the 4-spy. A win here would do a great deal of work in terms of turning around this game. But it's going to take some sensational stuff that we haven't seen since Inferno to make that happen.
Good. Onto the, not all the way down. They've done a mostly fly. Soulfly going to get spammed down. That's certainly a painful one. The nade coming in to find the target. And actually, the smoke gets in the way there for Fozy to find the frag. Very good for Let Us Cook. Moving a hell of a lot faster than their enemies were on the T side. P250 gets in on good timing, and Skrunk'll actually find a double. It's a good individual play, but for the team, nothing really going to change.
Yeah, that fight was impossible on that weapon. Whew. Let Us Cook, I mean, 3 alive's not a bad result against a full 4-spy. It shouldn't be disparaged. Sangal hopes of winning this series are slipping further and further away. This would be pretty gutting for Sangal. They haven't played a lot of Counter-Strike, I believe, since in the last, whatever, couple months. But, yeah. Challenger League's a big deal for these guys. They need to have a strong performance, need to maintain their form, and I think they should be beating a team like Let Us Cook. I don't think a team as practiced and as experienced now as Sangal should be losing this sort of matchup.
I think we're both feeling that, to be honest. They are, again, as I said, it just feels like maybe this is, you know, one step too many or something. It feels a bit weird. Just not able to keep it together on their T side, and they see some of the rounds slip through their fingers. This one, though, they don't really have a grip on it at all. So you'd never expect them to find this one. Still, Fozy did get a cheeky frag there, as I'm sure we witnessed. And now they're just hanging out towards the end of the round.
Shouldn't be losing anymore. I assume Sangal are just going to send it onto the bomb site. Might as well try and get a frag. As this ticks all the way down. 12 then is going to be on the cards for Let Us Cook. Here we swing. 1 pound, make it 2, 3, and 4. Very nice stuff, and that cash in the bank. This round will be a bit of a bonus round, but they've got a lot of buys in the tank, especially if they get any bomb plants, so... Whew. Well, if Sangal win from here, they've done it the hard way. Let's say that. This is really scary.
Cannot afford to lose a round. Cannot afford to lose a round at all. We'll see how things pan out into round number 19. Some fast starts coming in from Let Us Cook, because of course there is. They're faking out sound, interestingly enough. Trying to get rotations over, because it looks like it might be more of a lurk type play. You have a couple over towards B, and then a couple lurking around towards mid. It's all very strange and hard to call at this point. Yeah, really not committing anywhere, which is quite rare on Vertigo.
I think they've got the right stack. It's free here on B. Corey's trying to aggress that. Flashbang comes in. This is, he's in the lion's den. Oh, no. Oh, they had the numbers. They felt they would need to get aggressive. They didn't know how good they got it with the stack. And they go right into the jaws. They get absolutely crunched. They get fried alive. And this is a disaster.
Yeah. Served up, wasn't it? Let Us Cook. They were, you know, not prepared at all for that to come in, but there was just enough bodies that they were able to easily deal with it. And that's got to be the pivotal round. That's got to be the round for the game, perhaps, and therefore the series. Soulfly's not even really going to get a good chance to save here. Thinks he's safe, but he's not.
They might even force in the following. It's without the gun. I guess you just have to half buy and start crossing everything you're in tow. I really think they would have bought though if they'd saved the gun. They're that far down. I think they're discussing it right now, but it is going to be the half buy. This is the right decision. This is the highest percentage call. It hurts. It hurts to give up 14 or a very good chance of 14, but if you force now, you put the whole game on the line and there's really no way back into it if you lose it. Real scary stuff.
Yeah, and it has been for quite a while for Sangal. They are really not getting a look in on this CT side. They've only had the one round there that they could possibly do anything. And honestly, unlucky. They were in the right place at the slightly wrong time. If they'd gone a bit earlier, if they'd maybe even gone a bit later as like a counterplay, maybe they find great success. But we saw the one in the middle, which, you know, was unfortunately when Let Us Cook were most ready for them. So that's the way it goes sometimes. That's just the way it is. Counter-Strike is a harsh one for stuff like that. Yeah, and then on top of that, you've got to stomach a half buy like this. I think it takes an awful lot of mental fortitude to get back into a game when you're this many rounds down. And having a couple of situations stack on top of each other like that, you know, you want one bad situation once every 3 or 4 rounds. They've just had 2 pretty bad ones in a row. So yeah, it really does take a lot to come back from that.
It also feels like Let Us Cook of... Remember back to Ancient when they were getting aggressive and players were swinging and, you know, they're just doing a lot of aggressive moves. I think the gravity of how close they are to winning is now being realized. And they're just thinking, no risks. No risks at all. We know it's a half buy. And this is the most composed Let Us Cook has played this whole series. They're so clinical here. So clinical. This is, I know it's boring, but it's really nice to see these guys taking this so seriously right now.
Yeah, take the time, and I think that, you know, they maybe were in an interim period after getting dropped by Finest, but It seems like they have their hearts and minds in this one, and we're maybe, as we spoke about, expecting Vertigo. Nice nade goes down. They're not going to have nades to do that again, of course, and a replenishment of the smokes here, thankfully, does mean that's all good. Snacks holding from the back lines. They do need to be a bit careful here. Snacks, though, ringing strong with that AWP. 1, 2, 3, line them up, knock them down. He's not going to get chance at the fourth, but all the same, a big round coming in from the big man.
Really come alive here. Shox has had a great series as well, hasn't he? He's been so consistent. Even in their loss on the previous, he played a great map. And, well, Sangal have an absolute mountain to assail. How do you even get to base camp, let alone spot the summit, let alone make it? Yeah, it's so difficult. Corey does grant them an entry. They just needed someone to do something. Someone to rock this ship. Tip over the cauldron a little bit for Let Us Cook. And that man is Corey.
Finally, a lucky break. Got to convert this round then. And with some chip nade damage and all that good stuff, I think this is looking very nice. Looking very nice indeed. Bit slower from Let Us Cook, kind of out of their normal remit. They're going to go for some B noise. I don't know, man. Prodding and poking for information. There's nothing really being given across by Sangal. They just play way safer. Bogdan on the walk up on this A1S. Oh, timing could be good here. Snacks does catch one. Meanwhile, yep, Soulfly was in a safe non-spotting position, and that's worked out perfectly for the T side. The luck has run dry. They had one lucky move. The powers that be, the CSGO gods, they said, here you go, here's your opportunity. Do what you can with it, because Let Us Cook, we can't stop them. Wow. They have let this one slip away, or have they? Back into a 2-on-2. Bomb plank going to come through. Even Fuzzy on the AWP has a good chance of finding it. Yeah, I was going to say it's a dangerous sort of plan, but nothing comes of the sort. 2v2. Smoke about to fade, so it's just going to come down. Finds the frag. Smoke fades and sound goes in. Fuzzy then, to essentially save the game, going to have to find them both. Shotgun AWP onto the first. He's got a kit to play with. This is doable. This is very doable indeed. He has no idea where the remaining T player is or the bomb. It's round the corner, definitely outside of the bomb site, by the way. The hard defuse, he's going to go for the hold. Bogdan nearly didn't peek him, but he does for 15. Beautiful stuff in the 1v1.
Did get a bit scary. They were caught in two minds. They had a B lurker, and they had all that A control. I don't think they played it that badly, did Let Us Cook, but yeah, it was a little bit scary when in 2-on-2. Whew. Thank God they went for the widest plant. That helped them a lot in that after plant. Made it so difficult for Fozy. And now, 9 map points, 9 series points. When they came in as quite the underdogs. Certainly was reflected in the betting odds. And with so many opportunities. It's looking amazing. It's looking amazing. And now it's looking even better. Twist. Opens it up. Cranks the neck around on Sangal. Bogdan looks to make it 2 but can't connect. And it only feels like a matter of time until Sangal are going to be in the lower bracket.
Yep, not looking good. And that lower bracket is a very scary place to be, especially when, you know, I'd say we're still relatively early on in all the brackets. Fozy going to find out sound. Let's have a man on the inside down below. Oh, great flash. There's just a few too many bodies. They still managed to keep it into a 2 versus 2. Thought that was going to look good for the CT side. However, Bogdan gets caught rotating nades. It's just Snacks, 26 and 12. If there's anyone on the server that can do it, it's this guy. Little awkward onto one. He does manage to find it. Now has the run of the mill. He's got all the time in the world. He's got the kit. Oh, and they both fake each other out. Far too smart. Snacks is going to go back because he reads maybe it was indeed a smart move from Fozy. 18 seconds. That should be enough to get the bomb down, even if he keeps walking here. Might have to do a bit of running towards the end of it, but he's called the bluff. And he will get this plant in nice and easy, giving himself ample amounts of room to work with. There is absolutely nothing for Fozy. He has no kit. He has no flash. He has no smoke. He has a small spark of hope to save the game. 9 in a row required. This would be the first, starting with a difficult 1v1 for one of the more experienced members on the server, you have to say. But he's up against Snacks, who is an absolute monster and known for many a clip. Oh, what? He's not going to shoot him. Fozy has no idea where he is. Fozy's just like, has he just run away? Okay, it was a little close. 10-second timer wasn't on. He will get it done. He flies off the map, and it's the 2-1 in favor of Let Us Cook with a very, very dominant Vertigo there. We didn't expect to see that. We thought maybe not dominating, but it was going to go the way of Sangal because they have more of the comfort. But it does seem that Let Us Cook, since changing their name up, A, they've got the honeymoon period, and B, they've been working on their map pool.
I'm still a little bit blown away by that 1-on-1 from Snacks.